Machop, Machoke, and Machamp. They fucking pwned in the original game, especially Machamp. But whatever. These are just annoying. I know. Yeah, I don't remember what their purpose is at all. I remember in Diamond, I actually caught a shiny Weepinbell. And I tried to trade it for something half decent, but just because it was a Weepinbell, no one fucking wanted it. So I mean, even though it's a shiny, it was still fucking worthless. Tentacool and Tentacruel, I remember they had an episode in the show. Well, then again, one didn't have an episode in the show, but whatever. Hello, HM slaves. That's all these guys are good for. HM slave. Ponyta and Rapidash, I remember your episode in the show, although I don't care. It's a fire horse, yippee. All I know, it has an insane speed stat. Slowpoke and Slowbro. They're retarded. Yeah. Magnemite and Magneton. These are pretty good, even though it's a weird electric steel grouping. And this is hurting my knees. Farfetch'd. It has no evolution, and it's just a flying type, so it sucks. I mean, it's just a duck with a leak. Ding. However that leak spin song goes. I'm sure that's been done somewhere, where they did it with Farfetch. I can't remember. The Duo and Trio don't care. Seal Dugong do not care. It's a generic seal. Grimer and Muck, probably the least known of all the Pokemon, just because they're never in anything. All I remember is that Ash caught one somehow. I've never seen him use it in any actual battles, so it kind of defeats the purpose of him catching it. But whatever. Yeah. Shellder and Cloyster do not care for. Gastly, Haunter, and Gengar. They're pretty good ghost types, I have to admit. And it's a pretty cool mix of ghost and poison types, and I also like the design of all of them. Unfortunately, you have to trade to get Gengar, so that's kind of annoying, but whatever. I remember Ash had a Haunter, and then he gave it up like as soon as he got it. Onix, also known as HM Slave number 2. Drowsy and Hypno don't care for. Krabby and Kingler also don't care for their generic crabs. I remember Ash caught one, and he only used it in like one battle in the entire history of the show, or something like that. And hooray, it's a ball with a smiley face on it. Eggs in a walking palm tree. What? Cubone and Marowak do not care for. It's the names that are based off of Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee. Hooray. I like fighting types, even if they are somewhat generic looking. Lickitung, ew. So many bad things can come from this Pokemon if you were in the wrong situation. It's James's stupid giant ball of gas. And a dual ball of gas. Rhyhorn and Rhydon, I remember I had to fucking find one of him forever just to complete my Sinnoh Dex in my Platinum version. God, fucking annoying. Oh, it's Chansey, my sister's favorite Pokemon for a really long period of time. I remember that Chansey's actually really good because she has an insanely... Well, I think they're all female. They're all, like, insanely high HP stat. And then she got an evolution, everyone's like, what the fuck, you're making Chansey even better? I remember, like, all the big, competitive battlers when I was a kid used Chansey because they had, like, insanely high HP, and you could just take, like, 30 hits or something. I also caught a shiny Tangela in my Crystal version when I had it on Game Boy Color. And much like my, shiny Weepinbell and in my Diamond version, I tried to trade it for, something reasonably good. But no one fucking wanted it because it was a Tangela. Why do I always get stuck with the fucking worthless shinies? Kangaskhan, I just remember that stupid episode in the show. forget your name. I can't see it on the playback. But they're seahorses, Misty stupid fish that I always seem to get in Smash Brothers, and it's fucking useless. More Misty Pokemon. I think they just put them together because Misty had them. Hooray, pointless starfish. Mr. Mime. I hate mimes in real life. Why would I want to catch one? Scyther and Scissor Own. I mean, it has blades for hands. That's awesome. I remember your episode got banned from the US because you're a racial stereotype in Jinx. Electabuzz and Magmar got pointless evolutions that they didn't need in the 4th generation. Pinsir. I kind of like him as a bug Pokemon, but he has no evolution. It's kind of unknown for all intents and purposes. Ash caught a bunch of these in a banned episode. I believe it was the one where they hold a gun to his head or for whatever reason. Because, of course, we can't have guns even being shown on TV. Thanks a lot for kids. But I remember he caught like a whole bunch of those, but that episode never made it over here. So, like, the next episode, he magically has like 30 Tauros or whatever, and everyone was kind of like, what the fuck? Why does he have like 40 different Tauros? Or whatever. Hooray, it's the original retarded Pokemon. Magikarp. I forget what the Flash tune is called, but it's like a Magikarp battle. It's just 2 guys battling with Magikarps, and it's like, Magikarp, use a splash attack. Are you going to take that Magikarp? Counter with a splash attack. And it just goes, it's basically an infinite loop, but it's hilarious every time I see it. An utterly pointless dual type in Gyarados. I think it's still kind of decent. But just for shits and giggles, I knew a trainer coming up was using a Gyarados. It was at like level 50 or whatever. I went back and got my Pikachu at like level 20 that knew like 1 decent electric attack, and I still killed it in 1 hit because it's a dual water and flying type. Which is fucking hilarious how shit like that happens. Lapras, I remember Ash had one just for transport reasons, not known for anything else. My cousin's favorite Pokemon, and Ditto, is just a blob with a smiley face. It's also inherently pointless because when it transforms, it gets all the same moves as the other Pokemon, so it's kind of, why? That's the only real purpose is for breeding. But at least it has a use, unlike a whole bunch of other ones that are just kind of there. Eevee, my favorite Pokemon, along with its evolutions. Yay, it's so cute. And it's so cool looking. I mean, I like dogs, cats, and foxes just from a visual standpoint, and Eevee's like all 3 into 1. I also love all the evolutions of him, because he can evolve in like 7 different ones now. And I just like him. Yay. Vaporeon's kind of cool and has an insane HP stat, I think, if I remember correctly. Again, if you want to correct me, go right ahead. Jolteon's pretty cool, and so is Flareon. I don't like them as much as the later evolutions, but they're still pretty cool. At least they're easy to get, just use a fucking stone. You don't have to become friendly with it. But whatever. Moving on. Oh, it's Porygon. You got blamed for so much shit back in 98? Whatever it was, whatever episode calls like 700 Japanese kids to go into violent seizures. So basically Porygon is like the, icon of hate of Pokemon. It's actually kind of hilarious. Because he didn't even cause the seizure-inducing lights. It was actually Pikachu shooting missiles or whatever. I actually have the episode, and I've seen it. It doesn't really cause that many seizures. I was fine during it. It was kind of hilarious, actually, how this managed to cause, massive seizures and shit. And now he'll never be shown in anything ever again. Oh, Porygon. Sucks to be you. We have the ancient ones, which were kind of useless. I mean, they're water and rock, which means they're like 4 times weak to, grass types. At least I think they're, even though they're water type, they're immune to electric attacks, so that's kind of nice at least. Aerodactyl, all I remember is that you're in the episode that caused Charmeleon to evolve into Charizard. That's all I remember you for. I'm surprised I even remember that episode. Snorlax, you fucking sleep there like the retarded lump you are. And now the legendary birds. Hooray! It's Mega Ultra Chicken. I still want to know